Hello there.
Gordon, tell us a little bit about Alliance Promotions.
It's shite.
Shite. Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
It's great fun. It's great fun. We're gathering a lot of good friends along the way, like, so. I suppose that's the main thing, really. Good friends and good times.
How long have you been at it?
Oh, years, man. Years, I suppose. Maybe 6, 7, 8 years, maybe, I suppose. Maybe a little more even at time. I can't remember some of it. Like, I can't remember the early days. Yeah. And
was there anyone that kind of introduced you to getting involved?
There was, you know, because there was a band. What got me into it way back in the day was there was a band called The Vital Spark, and they were kind of friends of mine, and so I kind of just started getting them a few gigs, and that's how it kind of turned out, really. And it went from strength to strength after that, then a bit, you know. And we just kept bringing more bands and brands from Dublin, and we just treat it like a fun night out, man, you know.
Yeah.
Make friends and hopefully things go well, and you don't make any money out of the bloody thing, but sure, look, it's not about that, like, you know, it's about getting the music on the stage and getting people out and having a fun night, like, and that's really it, really.
Have you any future plans for Alliance Promotions?
Oh yeah, it's kind of working out great at the minute. We've another couple of nights coming up soon, and a couple of shows during the summer there now. Spies are coming down from Dublin, and Hags, a local band from Cork, and Partisan Crowds as well, another new local band that are pretty impressive, I'm hearing. So yeah, and then after that we'll see again. And there's a band called Mighty Steph and Exploding Eyes maybe coming down later on in the year from Dublin as well. Very good stuff. Like, I had Cheap Freaks down before, and it's the same couple of guys in the band, but they're great guys, like, and great musicians as well, like, so that should be a fun night. Just waiting on dates and stuff for that now from the lads, like, so it's all good times at the minute, you know. It's summer as well, you see, so people are feeling a bit better about things, but you know, it's just about crowds. I understand the situation, people don't have money and it's difficult, you know, so that's why we kind of doing the free gig kind of thing as much as we can, you know. Get people out and let them have a pint on us, really. So
what do you think of the Cork music scene at the moment?
Very good, man. Very good. Like, it's very good. There's some great little bands around the place. You know, you have Altered Hours, which are fantastic, and you have that side of it as well. And I try to more concentrate maybe on a more post-punky kind of a buzz at times as well, and a bit of garage, and so I don't kind of stick to the one kind
genre,
of thing.
Yeah.
I'm just willing to give new bands a chance, you know. If they have to be kind of good though, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like something interesting and.
Would you deal with people who are already established, or would you just deal with people who are up and coming more so?
Bit of both. You know, like of Ghost Estates and Spies, they're fairly well established. Like, you know, they've both been on Other Voices, and you know, they're known around the circuit. They've played festivals all last summer, this kind of thing, you know, and Spies have played a lot of gigs in England, and I'm very impressed with Spies myself, to be honest. I think they're and Girl Band as well were a band that I had down maybe in February there in the Crane Lane. Amazing band, man. Amazing band. I got really excited listening to those. Like, that's my buzz. Like, if I get excited what I'm bringing down, and that's my pleasure in the evening. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's my buzz. Like, I just love to see him perform, like, and perform well, and we just hope people will start coming out. Like, it's difficult in Cork, you know, because everyone are kind of cutting off the same kind of crowd all the time, you know, so that's understandable. It's a small town, and
yeah, so
if everyone can share around and everyone go to everyone's gigs, and that's kind of the best kind of bet, that's the way it'll work out, I think, you know, so hopefully. And if not, who gives a damn? It's going to be fun anyway, you know what I mean? So we'll see how it'll go. Like,
in terms of your vision for Alliance, have you any plans to make it a professional company, or?
Sorry, I didn't hear that right with the window. Sorry, mate.
In time, have you any plans to make Alliance a professional company?
I don't know. We'll see how it'll go, you know. It'd be great to make $1 million, alright, like, but I'm not too worried whether I do or not, like, you know, that kind of way. So that's always a kind of good thing. If you can go in with the idea that it doesn't matter about the money, and get the bands paid and sort the lads coming down and make sure everyone is happy, and that's the most important thing to me anyway, you know. So for now, and we'll see if it ever goes onto another stage, well, so be it, you know. So I'm quite happy the way it is at the minute, though. I like the way it's not as how would I say it? It's not exactly a job, you know what I mean? So it's kind of cool that way when it's not a job. Like, it's a hobby more than anything, you know. it's my thing, like, so. And Arlene's thing, of course. Arlene has been amazing in this whole thing. She does an awful lot of work behind the scenes, Arles does, like, so, you know, she knows a lot of bands in Dublin, and she's after getting Dead in the Sick Room to come down and the Sex Beast to come down, like, and, you know, and these are kind of impressive bands, like, you know, so on Ricus Records as well in Dublin, you know, and they did a lot of work in the 70s here in Cork in the Arcadia, and, you know, so they have a little alignment with Cork, like, so it's nice again to just refresh this kind of thing, you know, the Cork-Dublin kind of thing, you know, two main cities in the country, might as well work together, like, you know, see how it goes. So,
and how many promoters would you be dealing with?
I don't really deal with promoters, really. I just deal with the bands themselves, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of get onto the bands themselves, or Arlene gets onto them. It's more of a personal touch, like.
Would you have lots of contacts though with promoters around the country?
Would, and I wouldn't. You know, I don't know. I wouldn't call it selfish. I don't mean to be selfish about it, but I kind of just like doing my own thing. You know, I kind of like just moving along and by word of mouth, bands and stuff, like, so.
You're more into the music than the business.
Exactly. Yeah, well, I mean, you have to be into the business, you know, as well, but, you know,
paying them, and
it's an escape, man.
Yeah,
it's an escape. Like, it's time to get away from life when the bands get on the stage, man. It's good times, you know. So it's just part of the game, really. So hopefully we can keep going that way as well, and hopefully more people will start coming out and all. And I do, as I said earlier, I do understand it, though. It's not that anyone to be annoyed people don't come. I understand, man. People don't have money, and you need to come in and spend 20, 30, 40 euro on pints. You know, people do that. Like, the gig might be free, but the evening isn't free. Like, so I do understand it. So hopefully they can put a few quid aside for the nights the gigs are on and come out and support the stuff. And
yeah,
hopefully with a band from London maybe on the way coming. It's in talks at the minute now. Like, I'm just waiting on to see what kind of funding we could come up with for the night and stuff, like, so. They're a band from London called Climbing Boys. Excellent band. I'm really looking forward to bringing him over if it happens. So I'll know more about that in the next couple of weeks.
You're getting more interested in an international.
For sure, yeah. Ones that I like, you know, if I like a band that's kind of different. And I found them just on YouTube. I'd never heard of them before. I was just flicking through YouTube one night and this band came up and I kind of just started listening to them, and I've listened to them ever since. They're very impressive, and they played with Courtney Love in London, I think, there the other night, like, and they did gigs at Sheffield and Nottingham, I think, as well. Now, I'm not too sure, but so they seem to be quite busy, like, so I hope to bring them over now, and that opens up another gate then, you know, from lads in London. Maybe they'll know another band in London, and maybe, who knows what will come out of it, you know. And
is most of your work dealt with through social media?
Nearly all of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Nearly all of it, man, except word of mouth stuff as well, you know, but Facebook is kind of, you know, I don't like promoting Facebook really, because if I wasn't promoting bands, I wouldn't be on Facebook. If you want to put it that way, you know what I mean? It's a great tool for getting stuff out, but it's only 2% of 100% of the gig night, man.
And how are you finding the support you're getting for people doing graphic design, for posters?
Man, people are amazing, man. And, you know, I've friends. I haven't paid anyone to do a poster, man, in I don't know how long. I've a couple of friends that do it, man. I get onto them, I get them a couple of pints maybe afterwards and stand it, and man, they're so it's so great. Like, there's so many great people in the underground that are actually willing to help, like, including yourselves, taking footage the last couple of gigs. It's been great, like, so that's what it's all about, man. Gathering a little tribe, and, you know what I mean, get music out there, get it recorded, get it down, you know what I mean, get it done, let other people see what's going on, and hopefully they'll be as interested as we are, you know. That's all really.
That's great. So, Gordon, thank you very much for
You're more than welcome, Damien.
Time.
Yeah, and thank you for your time. Yeah.